What's up, guys? Garrett Paquette here, back on the road, back on the tournament scene in New York at Lake Oneida, stop number 2 of the Bassmaster Northern Open, here at my buddy Mike's house. Who is fishing the tournament, actually. He's got his boat and truck in there. Staying with Greg DePalma, who you'll see probably a lot from this week. And then myself, we're staying here. Really excited. This will be the second video, I believe, of this series. If the first one comes out, it was kind of a mess. First time doing it. GoPro issues, had all that going on at Barnett. But a very important week for me. This is, like I said, this is the second tournament of the series. The goal for me, or the second tournament of this division, the goal for me is, like a lot of the anglers here, is I want to qualify back for the Bassmaster Elite Series, and to do that, you got to be top 3 in points. We've had one tournament so far, the James River. I finished 25th, which is actually pretty decent finish out of 225 guys. That's about the average you need to make the top 3 in points after 3 events. So need another strong tournament here. Lake Oneida, fun place, kind of a tricky fishery. Not because the fish are necessarily hard to catch, but because there's so many things that can happen out there. The waves get really big, weather gets bad, the weights are super tight. 1 pound can literally be 20 or 30 spots in this tournament with 200 guys. So it'll be an interesting week. Came in a little bit later for practice, so I only got 2.5 days starting tomorrow. I went out for a little bit today, looked around, caught a few fish. It wasn't anything too special, but you guys follow along. Gonna take you through it, gonna kind of break down the water and give you an inside look of how I prepare for these events and, you know, how the tournament goes and the process and all that good stuff. So stay tuned, guys. Alright guys, so this is the view for the week. Probably got some sun right there. Been a lot of time in with the hummingbirds. 360 imaging. This shows all around the boat. You can see we're in a pretty much a rock field right now. These are all little rocks. Map and sonar, and then Mega Live, which is a forward sonar that's coming off of my Ultrex. Anywhere I point my trail motor, it shows what's in front of the boat. And I'm spending a lot of time going through these areas and just looking with this thing. This is a really awesome tool here to see bass, see these smallmouth. Been catching some fish off of it. I think the conditions we're gonna have are really, it's gonna be really calm and sunny, and it could make for a tournament where I'm gonna be really fishing almost exclusively off this tool. You know, like right here, there's a little fish probably off of a rock. It's pretty amazing. So this is this thing, or this whole setup here, makes practice a lot easier. I'm not gonna say easier, but makes it quicker, easier to see the fish, and then dial in what bait they want to bite better, because you can actually see in real time how they react to your setup. It's pretty cool. So hooked one, lost one of the boat, but yeah, this spot I found them last year on this rock pile. Looks like there's a ton of fish down there. They're not big at all. I think they're all probably 2.5 pounds, but it's fish, and this might be a tournament where it ends up being hard to catch a limit. So it's good to have a spot like this. All I need to see was that they were bass, and they are. So we're out. Midday report, it has been pretty slow. I had a few bites this morning, and then other than that, just a couple small bites, one here, one there. Spending a lot of time idling around, looking at the grass, looking for the needle in the haystack. But so far, I am not finding it. Yeah, it's just hard. It's just, it's just, that's kind of how practice is. There's a lot of dead periods where you're not really catching anything, and then when you finally do catch something, usually you just leave right away. So it's usually pretty boring, but this is exceptionally tough. And I'm not necessarily going to what I think is the best areas based on what I know or the history of the lake. I'm kind of looking for something new, something that none of these guys are gonna find. And when you do that, I mean, you're gonna spend a lot of time finding nothing. It just is what it is. Most of the things on this lake, they show up there on the map, and I'm spending a lot of time in the areas where there's no contour and trying to look for like a little rock pile, a school of fish, whatever it may be. But just a lot of looking. That's how this is. You may go for hours and hours or days and not find anything, but if you do, it can be the winning spot. So we're gonna stick with it a little longer here, and hopefully we have something to show you guys, because it has not been too pretty so far. This is what we're looking for right here. Middle of nowhere for the most part. Little rock pile coming in. That's just an area that smallmouth like to hang out in, those little rock piles. Ideally, I'm gonna have 50 to 100 of these marked, which I probably already do from years prior. And I can. That's a really small spot. I mean, we're looking. That's only 40 feet wide. That's just a couple casts. You can cover that whole thing, and know if the fish are there. So in the tournament, that's stuff I like to fish. I like fishing real fast, hit as many spots as I can, and try to play the highest percentages out here to get my bite. So a lot of time, still scanning, still marking these. I've actually gotten into a pretty good groove here later in the night, and I'm starting to find a lot of them that I didn't realize from years prior. So all is good. I'm probably not going to fish them a whole lot. I've thrown on a few, had a few bites, had 1 or 2 bites that felt really big. I don't even have a hook on my bait, but just trying to get an idea of where these fish can be. When you put 200 guys on this lake, it's not very big. It's going to fish small, and it pays to have those little off-the-wall spots. Although there might not be 200 fish sitting on that rock pile, there might be 1 or 2, and those may be important come game day. Hey guys, here's an example of what I'm looking for on my side imaging. Little isolated rock piles like this and that. Kind of off the wall, harder to find areas. You look at the map here. There's not even contours on this. These are the areas. They're not necessarily going to have 40 or 50 fish, but they might have 1 or 2. And when you put that many guys out here on this lake, it's going to be hard at times to catch any kind of fish or to get anything to yourself. So I'm spending a lot of time finding these areas, not even really fishing them. I found a few that I've thrown on, had a bite, some felt good. They might have been big, they might not be, but I think a lot of fish just cycle, so I don't hold a whole lot of value in if the fish are there when I find them. I know in the tournament, if I'm in the area, it's nothing to just stop there and take 3 casts. I mean, they're very small areas, maybe 20 to 40 feet in length, so 1 or 2 casts to cover the whole thing. If there's a fish there, you catch them. If not, you move on. That's how I like to fish. I don't like sitting in one area all day. I like going to 50 to 100 different little spots throughout the day and trying to pick up 1 or 2 fish here and there, and this is the perfect lake for that. And the final full day of practice here, and this is the Lake Oneida I remember. I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but it is going to be a nasty one today. We got an east wind coming down the whole lake. This place is notorious for being really rough. And it's a lake where the waves, they're just hard to run, hard to maneuver the boat. Just, I don't know, the spacing of the waves makes it really tough in a bass boat. But we're gonna go have fun with it, take our time, try not to beat up our equipment, and hopefully find a couple more spots. When it's windy like this, the nice thing is you can cover a lot of water just because the boat's gonna be drifting around so much. So I'm gonna try to use this to my advantage, work hard in it, and see if we can't find a big school of fish. All right, we're back off the water. A little earlier than normal. It's only 4:45 here, but I had enough. I put the camera away for the day. It rained all day. It blew out of the east all day. The waves were big. Beat myself up, beat the boat up. Didn't catch many fish. Yeah, that sucked. That's what you get when you come up north, though. You're not gonna get to go out there and run around at 70 miles an hour every day. So we're gonna go home, get a much needed hot shower, something to eat, and relax and get ready for the last half day of practice before the tournament starts here. I don't know, it's just not easy. I know how this lake is, and there's usually an area that if you can find that a section of the lake, it's just a lot easier fishing, and I am not finding that at all. So I'm getting ready for a grinder, and that's okay. You can still do well here grinding, pick them off one at a time. I wish I was around a ton of fish where I could go out there and have a relaxing kind of a fun time, but I don't think that's going to be the case here. So it is what it is, All right, guys, final half day of practice here. Day before the tournament, we get to fish till 1 today. I probably won't even fish that long, honestly. Just gonna touch up a few things. Gonna look at a few areas that I haven't looked at. Kind of wanted to save them to as close to the tournament as possible. Areas that I, think they should be or know of in the past. And just, look around, maybe find 1 or 2 more things. For me, it's a pretty relaxing day. I feel like, don't want to say I know what the lake is doing necessarily for the biggest fish, but you know, I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to do in the tournament. It's going to be pretty simple. It's not, you know, it's not going to require some secret spot or anything, unfortunately. I wish it did. I wish I had something that I could hunt down and find some spot to myself and catch them all day long, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that this week. It's going to be a grinder. So we're going to come out here, give it a few hours, see what we can find, get home, start working on tackle, go register for the tournament, do all that good stuff, try to get to bed early. All right, guys, back at the house, wrapped up the final half day of practice. Here with the legend, Greg DePalma. Here's a guy, I'm gonna go out on a limb right now. We have been sharing a little bit of information this week, and I'm gonna go out on a limb, maybe too much, he says. Well, probably because he told me too much. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, that's gonna be a guy to watch out for. If you guys are playing fantasy fishing, probably not for this week because this video is gonna come out after the tournament, but for the next tournament out in Oneida, Greg DePalma would be a guy I'd pick.
I wouldn't pick me. Because if it's not gorgeous out, Greg DePalma won't catch him.
If it's not gorgeous out. Well, the winds are gonna be about 2 miles an hour, so we better get him. And here's one of the secrets too. This is his lunch for the day. Chips Ahoy. But yeah, we're gonna break some rods, spend a couple hours doing this, get to registration, do all that good stuff. Let's go, let's go. All right, guys, day one here in the water, about an hour before takeoff. Absolutely beautiful morning. They actually forecasted for a little bit of east wind, and it's flat calm, so it's gonna be, you know, hopefully an easy ride to our first spot. We're boat 30, first good boat draw of the year. I've been like boat 150, 200, 170, always at the back of the pack. Always never been able to get to where I want to get to in the morning, but I think I'm gonna have my chance or my pick of the lake. Excited about it. Have no co-angler with me, which is not a terrible thing because I can fish wherever I want. You know, don't have to worry about the guy in the back. I love having a co-angler, but when you don't have one, it makes things a little easier at times to, you know, just to kind of cast wherever. If I see one blow up straight behind the boat, I can throw to it. So that's a bonus. Gonna be a good day. Gonna pull out some of these rods here, get things ready, and just sit back and relax, man. I love the feel before a tournament. It never goes away. The anticipation, the excitement. You know, it was hard to sleep last night. I had a bunch of stuff running through my mind, trying to envision the day, trying to plan out what's going to happen, you know, visualizing catching a bunch of fish. But usually it doesn't go to plan, but I think I'm ready to adjust. I think we're gonna start with the top water. If I can catch 2 or 3 with that, that's gonna be an awesome way to start my day, and then I think I can pick away the rest of the day with a drop shot and, you know, catch one here or there. So this is definitely my calm water, post spawn. This thing for smallmouth, Spro E-Pop, that orange mouth, this thing is deadly. It's a really loud popper. These rattles, you know, if you're fishing in open water, out in deeper water, these big loud rattles, they draw the fish out. This stick it to me, hooks are sharp. This bait right here is special. I made a lot of money on him the last couple of years, mostly in New York too. So.
Straight in front of him. 38, Tristan McCormick. I see you, Tristan. You're gonna be behind the Rat Bass Cat, straight in front of you. 230. All right, Garrett. 39, Brian Brooks. I got you, Brian. You're gonna be behind the Bethel Rat Nitro coming in. 140, Cody Burton.
Fish number 3, 830. It's been a struggle, but I'll take him. There is 0 wind. Everybody's on everything, and it's just a slow bite. So I'm gonna kind of get off the beaten path and fish a couple of these off the wall rock piles and at least fill our limit, I hope. We'll see. guys, number 5. He's not very big, but a little bit of a relief. I really still feel like I only have 2 fish, but it's good to have 5 in the box. At least we have our limit. I need 3 good bites. I got 2 hours left to fish. You get rid of a 2-pounder. He's not a giant. He might be a high 2. 35. All right, guys, just weighed in. I had 15 pounds, 13 ounces. It's not terrible. I'm not ecstatic with it, just because I had those 2 really big fish. You hate to waste, 2 bites around 4 pounds like that, but hey, it is what it is. All right, guys, getting ready to roll day 2 here. I'm actually not in a great spot. I had almost 16 pounds and I'm in 70th place, which is crazy to think about. I did not think they were gonna catch them that good. But if you look at the weights, I think I'm like 2 pounds out of 12th place and I'm 2 pounds out of 130th place. So it's really tight, lots of opportunity to move up or move down, depending on how I fish today. Another flat, calm day on Oneida. You never get this twice, so that'll be nice. And then the wind's gonna start blowing actually around 1 p.m., which is perfect for me. I got a long day. I'm not in until almost 5 o'clock tonight. So hopefully that wind will get things moving. For me, it was really tough when it got calm, which was essentially the whole day. So hopefully it's tough until guys start checking in, and then that afternoon wind gets things going. That's what I'm planning on. So kind of the same plan. Gonna go for 1 or 2 big ones early with top water, and then grind away, and maybe when that wind kicks up, I'll pick up a couple different things and try to catch those better, more aggressive fish. We'll see, man. Still excited, lots of great opportunity. Just gotta go get it done. Number two. Not a big one, but 3-pounder. Saw him on Mega Life, picked up my drop shot, and bit it on the fall. Pretty easy when that happens. When it works like that, it's nice. Number 3, guys, 3-pounder. Bed 214. We got 4 now for I think 11 and a half, 12 pounds, but I got a lot of work to do. Little guy, number 5. All right, we got 5 for 14 pounds. I think it's like 9:30, which is pretty good start. It took me till about 1 p.m. yesterday to catch 5, but I almost feel like I have 0. None of these fish I have I can weigh in. Maybe I have one that's 3, 4. Maybe I can weigh him in, but I really want to catch an 18, 19 pound bag today, and I'm gonna have to upgrade all these fish. That's the problem. You're not gonna catch a 6-pounder on Lake Oneida. You're gonna have to catch a 312, a 310, a 4.0, a 4.2, something like that. So I got a lot of work to do, but it's comforting to have a limit. I obviously I can't weigh this in and expect to move up the standings at all. But the wind's starting to blow. Things are going to start happening, I believe. And I think this afternoon we're gonna have our chance at some big fish, and I'm ready for it. All right, another 3-pounder. That's a pound upgrade. Pound upgrade. There we go. Oh, what a mess. I got an hour left. I might have found a spot. 2 fish, 2 casts. It's a 3-pounder. Easily. All right, guys, just got done with the Lake Oneida Bassmaster Open. Caught a little over 16 pounds on day 2, almost what I had on day 1, but I did move up to 35th place. So excited about that. You know, another solid finish. You know, out of 225 guys, beat almost 200 of them. Gonna move me up in the points a little bit. I'm not sure. I think I might be around 12th-ish, 15th-ish in the points, maybe even 10th. So that's good going into the last Bassmaster Northern Open. Give me a chance to make the Elite Series division. But it's always the same deal, it seems like. It seems like the day 2s are tough for me, and I run around like crazy and end up putting something together in the last seconds, which at least I'm putting it together. But man, I'd love to get on those right bites and get on those right patterns a little earlier. Like you look on day 2, I caught that big one in a new area that I hadn't fished all tournament right at the end of the day, and just keep the momentum going. It feels good. Feels like I'm fishing solid now, but I really need to start notching some of those top 10, top 5 finishes and really make a move with this thing. So until next time. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this video. Here at Partsview, we are very passionate about the boating lifestyle. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out partsview.com for all your boating needs. We'll catch you next time.